Hello everyone, welcome back to the Fantasy Football Social, a lighter look at the FPL week. And we have got a very special guest, but part of our trio with us today. So we've got Ed, who you're very used to seeing, but we've also got the third cog, if you like. We've got Mark Sutherns. How are you doing, Mark?
Hello, I'm very good indeed. I'm looking forward to this lighter look at fantasy football, whatever that may be. I'll let you steer me on that. I've got my XGI non-penalty tables ready, so let me know when they come out. I mean,
no, none of that, Mark. None of that. We've taken you out of your comfort zone this week.
Yeah.
None of that. It's
I don't know where I'm going to be without my stats, but I'll try.
I left out the tagline in my sort of opening. Usually I'd be like, welcome to the Fantasy Football Social. Forget about your XGI and your VPS, your BPS. Yeah. We're here for more chilled vibes. But I didn't want to offend you, Mark.
Then we remember
I normally turn off at that point as soon as you say that. That's it. I only see the first 5 seconds. Yeah.
Well, we then remembered that you invented XGI and BPS, so we thought we didn't want to offend
quite,
you. So there you go.
Not quite. But it sounds like it sometimes when I'm on Black Box, yeah. I'm pleased to be here. What are we going to do? What are we going to talk about?
Well, usually we would quiz our guests on sort of questions about them and stuff like that. But with you, I don't think there's perhaps any need for that. And I know you've done some pods in the past where it's like looked into your life. I remember the Three Amigos one, which was brilliant. And obviously everyone knows you from Black Box and before that from Scout on the FPL show. So I think we'll go straight into some topical discussions. But coming up, we're going to be speaking about Fantasy Football Fest in the next 10 minutes. And then the next 20 minutes or so, we're going to be doing a quiz, which has been written by Mark, which Ed and I are very excited for.
Looking forward to this. You're expecting a hardcore football quiz. You're not going to get it. You're not going to get it. You're going to get something a little bit different.
That's what we like here, a little bit different. And we also like it when I win. So let's go.
What is the score at the moment, by the way?
It's 3-2 to Gianni. To me. 3-2 to me.
Okay.
3-2 to Ed. He was helped out by Boona's spelling test.
No, I haven't been helped out by anything. Last week was an absolute sham. Cam, Gianni's wife did it, and clearly Gianni had it. He had his fingers all over that.
You could tell, couldn't you? Over the quiz, yes.
Didn't I win like 9-3 or 9-4 though, Ed? It wasn't even close last week.
Exactly.
Well, I'll see what I can do this week.
Yeah.
I've looked at it. I don't think it favours one or the other of you. There are some questions in there that are kind of relative to your clubs. We'll have to see if you can spot them.
Okay.
I reckon Ed's got a good chance on club-specific questions because I don't really have a club. Obviously I'm a Chelsea fan, but my knowledge isn't brilliant there. Okay, let's talk about some topical bits. What are we all thinking of this week in the FPL community? And you're listening to this at the start of the week. The big one is, for me, it's when to wildcard, and it's do we make that Ronaldo to Lukaku switch for those that are still on Ronaldo? So let's start with that. Mark, you backed Lukaku from day one. You bought Lukaku before Ronaldo was even moved to United in the game. So you kind of got your plan. But for those on Ronaldo, let's assume the vast majority listening to this do own Ronaldo and are looking to sell him at some point. Some are thinking, do I keep him one more week? Some are thinking I make the switch to Lukaku now. Lukaku, of course, is Southampton at home. I think Ronaldo has Everton at home off the top of my head.
Yep.
What do you reckon?
I can see that people are talking about now selling him before 9. So keeping him for Everton, Leicester. And I can certainly see the merits in that. Everton at home's not an easy fixture. I had a look at the sorry, I'm going to mention this. I had a look at the XG data before the show, and they were second to City for XG conceded at the moment. So Everton's defence is actually pretty strong.
Rafa Benitez.
Yeah, so I don't think Everton at home is an easy game for Ronaldo. And it's interesting. The kind of game that we saw from Ronaldo against Villa was the kind of game I did talk to Az about and said, this is going to happen. There'll be games where they struggle to get him service. They have to stick Cavani on to help him out, and they don't have much joy. And that's exactly what happened. It didn't happen in the first 2 games. He looked amazing. And then against Villa, suddenly it looked like United was struggling for ideas, couldn't create chances. He only had 1 shot in the box, I think. So I think, we don't know what we're going to get against Everton, but certainly confidence in Ronaldo has probably dropped a little bit. Lukaku hasn't been great shakes though, has he? They haven't really got him service the last 2 or 3 games. But I'm pretty confident going into the Southampton game. Southampton today were muscled off at the back by Jimenez, and I saw that and thought, well, if you can't handle Jimenez, you're not going to get much change out of Lukaku. So
or Joe Linton, someone like that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Joe Linton's a beast. Yeah, he can't score, but he can certainly look
just a beast. Yeah.
So I personally, I'm feeling confident about having Lukaku against Southampton, and I think Everton could do a job on Ronaldo. So I don't know. I mean, the trouble is people have got other fires to put out, haven't they? Because there's injuries, right? So
Reece James, potentially Luke Shaw, injured or not, you might want to sell. We've seen Traore benched on Sunday.
Yeah.
Traore, honestly, who bought Traore? I said it 4 weeks ago. I know you did, Gianni. I said Traore's always done this. He looks incredible. He gets his greased up arms. He looks like a supermodel. And then he gets on, he runs really fast.
Supermodel?
Right, whatever, okay. I meant to say bodybuilder.
Bodybuilder, yeah.
And he runs really fast. You think this guy should be incredible. No end product. And Gianni, I haven't forgotten the bet we had at the start of the season. San Maximan to get more returns. And San Maximan's already on 5 returns.
We're going on FPL points.
There was a few bets over the community actually, because I remember Adam Hopcroft bet Fergie on the Green Arrow that Traore. Fergie said, "I think Traore will get at least 4 returns in the next 8 matches." And there's 4 matches gone after today, and he hasn't got a single return yet. So I think Adam's going to be dining out on that one for a while. So yeah,
he's got to get 11 first.
I know, exactly.
They remember that game against City that Traore had, where did he get 2 or did he get 1?
Every game against
a couple
City.
of goals, I think.
He always scores against City.
Yeah, that's their memory of Traore. They don't forget all the times he just doesn't do anything, which is most games.
And interestingly enough, Traore and St Maximin go head to head in game week 7. And yeah, so an interesting one there. But you talk about fires to put out, Mark. I've certainly got a few, and I'm looking at. I mean, I don't want to say it. I wasn't anywhere near a wild card 3 days ago, and I'm still probably only 30-40% there, but I've started to plan teams, and I'm thinking maybe I could go through with this in not necessarily this week, but game week 8, if not now. I'm planning teams for both. But my plan 3 days ago was I'm fine, a couple of hits maybe, but I'll get to game week 14 and wild card. But what do you reckon, Mark? What is your plan changed at all? You're thinking this weekend. I mean, I'm guessing you don't have as many fires as most of us.
Well, I have Shaw and James, but I need to swap one of them out with my free transfer, and then I should be all right. It really depends if Alonso starts versus Southampton. If he doesn't, then I'm down to the Veltmans, as we say, for the defence, which isn't bad, Veltman, but. But I thought I was going to move Jota out, but having seen Jota against Brentford, I don't think he's going to start against City. Firmino didn't look ready to start, and he might start the European game. He might start the one after City, but I don't see him being thrown in against the best defence in the league, and them dropping Jota, who is a source of goals for them, and Firmino really isn't. So I think Jota will play. They may even play all 4 and play Jota in midfield. Did you notice when they took Curtis Jones off? Yeah. He took Curtis Jones off and he went to 4-2-3-1, didn't he? He played Jota and Mane and Firmino, and then played, I think, Salah as a single striker. Yeah. Jota moved out left, so I think he could go with that even, because if you remember last season he played all 4, didn't he, at the Etihad? So I think Jota's definitely going to play. So I think that I'll be all right. I'm not in trouble. Shaw was going to Cancelo next week, and I'll still do that. And it'll probably be James to Rudiger. I'm going to wait to see what the Juventus lineup is for Chelsea, and then go off that. Basically, I quite like the look of Dave. Azpilicueta now.
He's amazing. Dave, he's the most consistent performer over the years in FPL. He's always been a bonus points magnet, so you will continue to get them. And he'll get some assists, whether he plays right centre-back or right wing-back, he still gets assists if you've got a clear number 9. So
the Morata assists,
was so good. Yeah. And we've seen a few signs of that with
the one in Europe,
Yeah. So one to keep an eye on. I mean, Alonso will start against Juve in the week, and then you're going, is Alonso going to play 3 games in a week, or will Chilwell come in for the Southampton fixture? The only benefit there for Alonso is he doesn't play international football. So you look at it and go, Alonso's going to get a nice week off when everyone else is playing for their country. So maybe he can do the whole 3 games in a week, first game back after the break, and you don't worry too much because he gets a rest. Unlike most of the Chelsea squad, they're playing for their countries. Alonso doesn't.
Well, the way I look at it is, if James is out and they haven't got an attacking wing back on that wing, they're going to, unless they play Hudson-Odoi, which they could. But if they don't start Hudson-Odoi against Southampton, I think Alonso starts, because they need one of them to be quite forward thinking, I think.
Well, you 2 things to say on that, Mark. You might have watched, I don't know, Fantasy Football Scouts match day, where Gianni did the formations and he put the wing backs basically. Basically, they were like strikers on the thing. So Marcus Alonso and Reece James, which was very funny. I've also got another question, which is why is he called Dave? Why is Cesar Azpilicueta called Dave?
Because it's trying to pronounce Azpilicueta, and he's David Azpilicueta. No,
Caesar.
Caesar.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, it's the Only Fools and Horses thing.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Only Fools and Horses. It's Trigger, isn't it?
Trigger.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
right.
Trigger used to call,
Of course,
used to call Rodney Dave, didn't he?
Yeah.
All the time. Rodders was Dave. It's not Dave. It's Rodney Trigger. Oh, okay, Dave.
Gotcha. I just wanted to get up to date on that because
it's important.
Yeah, it is. And me calling him Dave, then when I don't know why I'm calling him Dave, I feel just weird, So
Well.
Yeah,
it's fine. I call him Dave because I can't pronounce it, and it's embarrassing. It's
and all the Chelsea players do. If you ever watch Chelsea TV, all the staff call him Dave. So it is a thing. Great to see he's got the armband now, and he's been recalled by Spain, and he is one that will be travelling for the internationals. He played for Spain in the Euros. Interestingly enough, I think it was Llorente from Leeds who was the starting right back in game 1 of the Euros for Spain, and then Azpilicueta took the spot. So Chelsea defence, definitely one we're going to be looking at. Man City defence will be another one. Spoken a bit about Wildcard and Ronaldo, Lukaku. It's kind of 6 and 1/2 as it does.
Do you want another thing on the Wildcard though? I don't know if you've tuned into Ben Crellin recently, but he's talking about this Super Cup with Chelsea in 17 and 18. They could have blanks in 17 and 18.
And it could be a triple game week in 21.
Maybe, yeah. So I'm looking at that going, maybe I should save the wild card around that. Like, because I could take Chelsea up until game week 16. So I could have Lukaku, I think, home to Leeds, which would be quite a nice game to have him. Yeah. And then wild card him out for 17, 18. And then, use my transfers then for a double game week if there is one in 21 or 22, he's predicting, isn't he? So interesting times ahead around then. And we've got to play our wild card before game week 20, haven't we? Yeah. So I'm going to try and save it as long as I can, but 14 looks good as well. You mentioned that because United just switch on, don't they? Their fixtures look great. So,
and by 14, we might know about the Super Cup confirmation fixtures. So it might be 5 game weeks away or 3 game weeks away. We can still plan a bit.
Yep.
Speaking of Ben Crellin and dates, I've been in DMs with Ben a lot over the last month, speaking about when we might want to host our next Fantasy Football Fest. So we'll give you guys the date in the next couple of minutes, but first let's reflect on the fest we've already had. So Ed, I don't know if you want to shed a little light on your experience of Fantasy Football Fest for the first time around. We had our pre-season fest and many listening will have come to that.
Yeah. So if you don't know that us three are the Fantasy Football Fest team, if you're watching this, you probably do know that. We got together just in January this year. Can you believe it? So much seems to have happened. It was only January this year we first chatted. And we got together and we had this idea of putting on these live events for fantasy football managers. First one was in August, which was a huge success from our point of view. And I think everyone who came, there was glowing feedback. If you're on Twitter in the FPL world, you might not be, but if you are, you would have seen lots of glowing feedback. So we're really proud and happy with how that went. And then this second one we're going to mention the date in a minute, apparently some sort of unveiling, but we're going to, we're really excited about. We're doing it at the same venue. We're really looking to do the same again, essentially, embed in the kind of concept, but do it bigger and better. And that's what we're hoping for on Friday. I'll say the date, 21st of January, 2022. And ticket sales went on sale this week on Thursday. And we've already sold lots. So we're really, really happy with how it's all going. If you want to, have ever thought, it'd be great to meet these names of FPL people on Twitter. Us three are going to be going. Lots of people in the Twitter community will be going. And we're really excited.
Yeah, Mark, you got behind this event early. Like, it came from Ed's initial tweet. You and I were two of the people to sort of get in touch and reach out. Why was this sort of important to you? Like, what was the thinking behind, I want to be involved? Because you've been involved with fantasy football for such a long time. Of course, the founder of Scout. Why was this such a good shout, in your opinion? It's
funny, actually, because when we were at Scout, I always wanted to do it because Chris, who's now in charge of Scout, was doing events with his company. And I said, one day, wouldn't it be great if the community was big enough to do a fantasy football event every year, pre-season? And you start dreaming of like getting players there and, you know what I mean, and people who make the game there. We can do a Q&A with them and stuff like that. And we never had the time to do it. And it's funny, when I started talking, working for the Premier League as well, they had the view that eventually there could be something like this, maybe like a football festival, which fantasy is at as well. So I always thought there was legs in having an event. It was just a question of timing it. And then obviously I'm not running Scout anymore, so I've got a bit more time on my hands in that respect, but I haven't lost that kind of entrepreneurial spirit. I always wanted to get involved and do something to kind of push the community forward. And doing Black Box is great, but when this came up, when I saw Ed's tweet, I was like, this is exactly what I was thinking. Because I was already talking to a few people who do some pods and take pods on the road, like Planet FPL. They did a meeting up in Manchester. They did one in London, a live date where they did a live podcast. And once I had Black Box up and running, I thought, I could do that. We could join them and we could maybe get another pod. And 3 or 4 of us could go up there, do 3 or 4 pods in one night live. So I was talking about that. And then when Ed's thing came out, I thought, we could actually do it here or something like this. And that's when we started talking about it, wasn't it, Ed? And then Gianni got on board as well, around the same time. And I think it just gained a bit of impetus. And I just believe the community is big enough now for something like this. And I think the first date, that was right.
Yeah. And I think one of the surprising things for me was, like I said, I obviously did this tweet that for an account my size at the time was like went semi-viral for me in the FPL Twitter community sort of thing. But I think it wasn't an original idea. People had this idea before. It's just I think I was the first one to say, I'm going to do it. Who wants to join me? And that's the only unique thing about what I did. And yeah, really proud that as soon as obviously Mark Sutherns got in touch, I was like, okay, well, yeah, let's talk to him. That's great. And then Gianni got in touch in DMs as well and spoke to him. And then we decided 3 was a good number. And I think we've worked really well together as a team and to put it together, the first one. And obviously then we got in sort of cahoots with Scout Hub and Fix, which was massive for us because our big sort of thing was we wanted to unite the community. Sometimes the FPL community can be a bit partisan, can't it? You listen to this pod or that pod, you subscribe to this website or that website. We kind of wanted to just bring everything together. We didn't want to be under one umbrella of one company or anything like that. And we're really proud that we've done that. And we are going to push forward after event 1 to just grow and grow and grow, hopefully. And now we've got people left, right, and centre asking us to do it in India and America and Scandinavia.
I know, that was amazing the other night. We did that Spaces and there was people from other territories going, can you come to the US? Can you come to India? Ireland as well. And I was thinking, this could happen,
Yeah,
out in LA.
And I think long term, definitely we want to be doing that. But not next week,
No, everyone's busy.
Everyone's first question is, can you do it in my town or in my country? And we're going to have to get used to that. But in terms of what you can expect from a fest, like if you didn't come to the first one, we had team reveals from the likes of Mark. This was pre-season, and as FPL Matthew, who's you'll know from Hub. Then we had a debate on stage with the likes of Mode and Holly and Sam Martin and Tips and Ted. So some really cool names and people you may know from Twitter. But more than that, we had a couple of 100 FPL managers all in one room, all just chatting about the game they love and forming relationships outside of just FPL. We had a quiz, which I hosted, which makes it really sociable for those that come alone. Straight away, we put you in teams and you're sitting on these benches. So you're making friends. You got stickers on with your Twitter handle or your name. We had Kelly Summers. I got confused with your surname there, Mark. Kelly Summers and James Richardson presenting from the FPL show. Many of we will know James from Football Tally in the 90s, definitely a hero of mine. We had Fantasy 5 there with a football goal. We had food, we had books, we had all sorts. It was brilliant. And we hope to do very similar again. We've not announced absolutely everything we're doing for the 21st of January, purely because we're waiting to see how ticket sales go before we commit to too much expense. But we know the venue, which is amazing. It's Waterloo Arches. It's a wicked venue and it will be on a Friday night, Friday the 21st. If you want to come after work, you can. The event officially will start at 4 p.m, but you can come at 6 and you probably wouldn't have missed a massive amount. And it's through till midnight. So we hope you guys can come along. But in terms of the locations, because it is a question everyone in the chat, I know the comments to this video will be, when are you coming to Ireland or New York or India? And we would love to do it, but for the next few years, guys, they probably will only be in the UK, and the next few will probably be in London. And we do want to have a northern one. Being up north would be really easy for us as a team. Like Ed's in North Wales, I'm in the middle of the country. We have done London again, and we probably will continue to do London for the next 1 or 2. And that's because we know it's easy for everyone to get to. You can all get a train in the UK to London fairly easily. And if you book in advance, you can get very cheap tickets. So we've gone with London and we've listened to the people. We did a poll and it was like 90% were like London. We did a poll to everyone that came last time. So that's what we're thinking. It's exciting. We're looking forward to it. Mark, is there anything you think from last time that we absolutely have to do again? Like the quiz was popular, the team reveals, the debate.
Yeah, I think definitely those, and I also think it was a lovely touch getting some of the female FPL managers together beforehand. I thought that was an excellent idea. So I imagine we'll do that again, and we could probably do something for people coming on their own as well, like a similar kind of thing where they can get there at a certain time, meet others, and meet us, and so on as the organisers, and we can get them welcomed.
I think
before the crowd arrives.
I think that's a really good idea, and obviously not announcing anything officially, but I think one of the ideas that's floating around is just. Maybe if you're coming on your own, you could let us know, and you could get there for 3:30 or something, and get there half an hour earlier. You meet everyone else who's new, you meet us, and we get you settled in. Because I think quite a few people who came on their own last time were nervous, ended up having an amazing time, but a lot of them turned up early as well, and that actually helped them sort of just get settled and stuff like that. If you are a nervous person, you might not be nervous, you might be super confident, be like whatever. But if you are someone who's of a nervous sort of disposition, maybe, and a bit hesitant, then go for it, honestly, and talk to people on Twitter who are being very vocal about the fact they came alone and had a great time, and everyone was very welcoming. So, yeah.
You might be neither. I'm not nervous at all, but I know I'd go to a venue and be like, oh, I'm a bit awkward about being by myself straight away. So maybe we have like a meeting point, like which is exactly what we did with some of the women that came. They kind of said, oh, are you guys thinking about doing anything? And I thought, yeah, actually, my wife has said the same thing, and we sorted that out, and it worked out really well. So yeah, it's very, very fun. I can't wait, and we're not announcing our special performance yet. But
what is that? Is Ed going to do karaoke or something? Or is that
Mark, let's just put it like this: if all of our options we've got lined up say no, then
you're there as the backstop. Oh, heaven help us! Let's just hope we sell tickets before that is announced.
Yeah, exactly.
The other thing to add, currently there is no Friday night Premier League football game, which we're very happy with. That could change, but it's a very, very slim chance. And I've spoken to Ben Crellin, who does the fixtures predictions on Twitter, and he thinks again it's unlikely. But don't hold him to that or us to that. But we're fairly confident, and we actually
you can hold him to that. Just don't hold us to that.
No, you can't hold him to that. And I noticed, Ed, you keep tweeting from our account saying Ben Crellin says there's no Friday night game. Stop saying that.
Passing it off.
He's like, Gianni, I never said that to you. I just said, and I'm like, yeah, sorry, that's Ed again. I've told Ed about Twitter. Every tweet has to come by me first. And he stopped doing that. So I'm sorry, Ben.
We're restarting it now. Okay, there you go.
I think we might be looking towards the quiz. And I know so many are listening or watching because they want to take part in the quiz. And if you've watched previous weeks, Ed and I are very competitive. And everyone at home can play along too. And we often get tweets being like, I scored 7, I beat you, Gianni, blah, blah, blah. So I'm very excited about it.
We never get tweets saying, oh, I was rubbish at the quiz. We only get them when they ace it, don't they? Yeah, I knew that one. Oh, yeah. Well, put your comments below if you were rubbish at it. Come on,
I'm just gonna get ready here if someone to put the scores. If you might need a pen and paper. Might not do, actually. You might be. You're ready with that. But you're professionals, you two, aren't you? You've done this before.
Professionals, we've both got envelopes. So we both got envelopes.
Envelopes? What for? I don't think I'll be using those, but we'll see.
It's just to write on.
So I've got envelopes, and it's like I've got Arsenal versus Norwich, Torres, mine's from Scout.
Is that your FPL? Right, okay.
I've got final notice written on mine because it's the envelope the guy gave me yesterday.
When he came to your door, asking for money, scammed live on match day. Brilliant. Will that happen in this as well? Hopefully not. Hope we won't get interrupted by something like that.
That would be dramatic. It sends the numbers up, I think. So anyway, let's go.
Ooh.
Right. 3-2 to Gianni, to Ed so far.
3-2 to me so far, yes.
Right. We'll see if we can level this up. First question. I'll ease you into this one. Right, this is to you first, Gianni. I want you to put these 4 players in order of England caps earned, lowest first, right? The 4 players are Aaron Creswell, Joe Gomez, Lewis Cook, and Ainsley Maitland-Niles. I want you to put them order of caps 1 with the lowest first. So your first player would be the one with the fewest caps.
Creswell, Cook, Gomez, and who was the third? The fourth, sorry?
Creswell, Gomez, Lewis Cook, and Ainsley Maitland-Niles.
Yeah. For senior England caps.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got my 4 in order.
Okay, so you get a point for every place correctly and a bonus point if you get them all correctly. Correct.
Love that. Okay.
Okay, right. So lowest first then, go ahead.
Oh, I'm caught between the 2 C's of Creswell and Cook. I reckon Creswell only has 1 or 2, and I think Cook might have got 4 or 5. Let's go Creswell first.
Incorrect.
I can't change my answer, so I'd go Cresswell second. Cook second.
So that's incorrect. So you're only going to get 2 points here. Go ahead.
Maitland-Niles third. Gomez most.
2 points for Gianni. It was actually Cook has got 1 cap. Cresswell's got 3.
Oh, has he got 3?
Maitland-Niles 5 and Gomez 11. Right.
Nice
Your
question.
4 players, Ed. 2 points for Gianni there.
Same question.
Same question. Lowest first.
Okay.
The players are John Joe Shelvey, Danny Ings, Harry Winks, and Jack Cork.
Blimey. And the first one I say is the lowest, yeah?
Yeah.
Loving these questions.
Yeah, these are great.
Oh, I'm gutted I didn't get that right because I was talking.
Okay, I've got my guess.
Okay, go on.
John Joe, Cork, Ings, Winks.
1 correct.
Oh,
That was Winks.
Winks.
Correct order was Cork 1 cap. Danny Ings has only got 3 caps. John Joe Shelvey,
how many did he get?
He's got loads, John Joe.
6
6.
caps.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. I thought you'd know that. And Winks has got 10. So 2 to Gianni, 1 to Ed to begin the quiz. Not a strong start, but you know, we'll get better from here. Right, this one is about football mascots, Premier League mascots.
Okay.
Okay.
Gianni will probably be better than me at this. He's the sort of thing he looks at football games. He doesn't watch the football. He'll look at the mascot.
The guys or girls in the suits.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you the name of the mascot, and you need to give me the team.
Oh.
And it's going to Gianni first, and you can steal, Ed, if you're the other person can steal if they get it wrong. Okay.
Yeah.
So the first one to you, Gianni, is Bertie B. And these are all Premier League clubs. Bertie B.
Okay.
Yeah, surely that's obvious.
Okay.
Well, it's one of 2, isn't it?
Your answer is, Gianni?
I'm going to go Brentford.
That's incorrect. Ed, do you want to try and steal that?
Oh, is it? Yes, please. Is it Watford?
It is not. It's It's Burnley.
What? What?
I know. Don't ask me why, but it is. Bertie B is the Burnley mascot.
Oh no, Watford are Hornets, aren't they? Are they Hornets?
Okay,
Sorry.
your one. And again, Gianni can steal if you get this wrong.
Burnley should be a bottle of wine or something. The Clarets.
Right. Okay, this is a duo. It's Chirpy and Lily.
Is this to Ed?
Yep, to Ed.
Chirpy and Lily.
Yep.
Leeds.
Incorrect. Gianni, do you want to try and steal?
I will go with.
Think about it. Chirpy and Lily. It's there. Clues in the question.
I didn't
Lily
think.
White Spurs.
Correct. He's
Come
stolen
on.
it. Chirpy and Lily. Chirpy the cockerel. Lily White.
I did what I normally do and didn't think.
Okay. Gianni's one. There's 2 more. Gianni's one. Lucas the Cop Cat.
Lucas the what cat?
Cop as in Anfield Cop, but it's not Liverpool. Lucas the Cop Cat.
Okay. Are there any other Premier League grounds with the cop? I don't think so. There's. Hang on. Leeds.
Correct. Very
Come
well
on,
done.
they've got a cop, haven't they? Come on.
Very well played.
Take
Very
this as
well
confirmation,
played.
guys. Gianni doesn't actually
Wow.
watch the football. Like I said, he just watches the mascot.
There for the mascots. He's only there for the mascots.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, this last one. Now, this one is no longer this club's mascot because they're the only Premier League club who don't have a mascot currently. Okay, I don't know if that's a clue, but to be fair, Ed, you need a clue. It is Changi the Elephant.
Changi the elephant.
Changi.
Right.
Changi
sorry.
the Elephant.
And say that again. They're the only Premier League club.
This was their mascot.
Yeah.
It's no longer their mascot this year because
Right.
this year they have no mascot and they're the only Premier League club who don't currently have a mascot.
Come
But
on,
this
Ed.
was their mascot, Changi the Elephant. There is a big clue there.
Is there?
Changi is spelled
don't, Mark, no.
C-H-A-N-G-Y. Look, Gianni's got it again because he's only there for the mascots.
Who doesn't have a mascot now? Why wouldn't they have a mascot?
I don't know. Don't ask me. Ask this club. Give them a ring after this.
Everton.
Yes, he's done it. He's
Chang
saved
Beer.
it.
Chang Beer.
Very
from Thailand.
good. Very good. They're the only Premier League club who don't currently have a mascot.
Right.
So 4 points to 2 is the current.
I'll be their mascot if anyone from Everton's listening.
Will you wear a silly suit? You would, wouldn't you? Ed will do anything.
Yeah, of course I would.
Everyone's got their price. I just want to remind everyone that Ed got a massive clue there, so I might be calling on a clue coming up, Mark.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on the
Yeah,
clues.
but if Mark hadn't said that it's Cop but not Liverpool, you would have gone Liverpool, right?
He might have done. That is very true. Very true. Okay, next round is called East or West. And what I want to do, what I'm going to tell you, I'm going to name the former Premier League players, and you have to tell me if they went East to the China Super League or West to the MLS.
Amazing.
Great.
Right?
Cheers.
So, to you first of all, and you obviously can't steal this because if it's not one, it's the other. Right, so there's no steals. The first player to... I'll go to Gianni first. Aaron Moy. Did Aaron Moy go East or West?
Aaron Moy, I reckon, knowing he's Australian and he left Huddersfield, and then I think he went to another Premier League club. I'm going to say he went close to Australia, close to home, and he probably went to the Chinese Super League. So I'm going to go he went to Asia.
Excellent logic from Gianni there. He did. He went to Shanghai Port. Okay, next one. Former Liverpool left back Emiliano Insua. Did he go East or West?
I think I'm going to use fantastic logic as well. I think the last answer was East, so I'll go West.
Very good.
Argentina. He went home. Same logic as Moy.
He did. He went West. He went to LA Galaxy. Next one for you. You won't be able to play the geography with this one, though. Nikosia Jelavic, former Everton striker. Did he go East or West?
Jelavic, so what was he, Serbian or Eastern European? He wasn't very good. So he was all right. Yeah. Although it was a while back, wasn't it? So maybe that was as Chinese Super League was first starting. And he was fairly young. And most go to America when they're older, if they are goodish. So I'm going to say Asia.
He went East to Beijing Ren. Yes, indeed. Okay. Next one to you, Ed. Mm-hmm. Former West Bromwich Albion striker Brown Adahi. Did he go West or East?
I have no idea. And I can't use the geography thing again.
It's 50-50.
So I'm going to go he went West to America.
He went East, I'm afraid, Ed. The logic didn't work that time. I'm not that silly. He went to Tianjin Teda. Tianjin Teda. I can't even pronounce the Chinese.
Pronounced.
Exactly. Okay, the next one. There's two more left. Jurgen Lukaku, the former Brighton striker, the Dutch Brighton striker. Did he go East or West?
Yeah, I think wasn't he named in FPL at the start of the season still? Like I think
he was. I think he may have been, yeah.
And he'd had a loan last season. My default would have been he'd gone East, but actually I'm thinking there's not been many West answers, and I could see him playing in the MLS. Lukaku, where was he from? He was European, I think. And
it was said in the question, but you've missed it, so don't say it again.
Yeah, missed it. Yeah, missed it.
I'm going to say East. I'm going to stick with my original. He went to Asia.
It was West. He went to FC Cincinnati. Okay, last one.
Right, come on, Ed. I need
you
this.
will know.
You
do need it.
This is like Europe and Ryder Cup today. I need every single point I can get.
Victor Wanyama, a player we know very well. Victor Wanyama. Did he go East or did he go West?
Victor Wanyama surely went. Let's get it right. East. Because I think I don't know why. I just feel like he went East.
He was so good.
He was just good enough to go East.
East, your final answer?
Yes.
He went West to Montreal Impact. Sorry. So you started well on that round, but it all fell away a bit.
Oh, this is
and the scores now are 6-3. It's looking good. It's looking good. Okay,
right, Gianni doing the scores on his fingers. He's loving the fact he's actually winning something nowadays.
The next round, I'm going to save the songs round and come to that later. The next round is Where Am I? I'm going to name some famous stands or ends in football grounds, and you have to tell me where you are.
Okay.
This is my bag, Ed.
I'll give you the easy one first of all. Okay, the Holt End. Where am I?
To me.
Who was that for?
No, to Ed.
Oh, the Holt End. That's Oh, crikey.
Oh
Do you
my
know
God,
what's
you're
gone in my head?
rubbish.
Oh, this
my
is the
God.
easiest one.
Look, I'm so bad at this. Do you know what I'm immediately thinking of?
Oh,
Grant
my
Holt
word.
at Norwich. Grant Holt at Norwich. But hang on,
Yeah, that's
it's
it.
Norwich, isn't it?
What? You're going to go for Norwich? What? They named a stand after Grant Holt.
No, I
Were they
don't know.
that
I'm
desperate?
panicking.
He was
What's the
arrested
Holt end?
afterwards. I don't
Nice,
know.
Mark. I see what
The
you
Holt
did there.
end. The Holt end.
Yes, Norwich. It's Norwich.
No, it's Aston Villa.
Oh.
It's probably one of the most famous terraces in the history of Premier League football. But never mind.
I'm going to be awful at this.
Adam
I'm gonna be
Hopcroft has
so
just turned
bad.
off. That's for sure. Okay.
I can't.
So we can't steal on this one because I just gave you the answer there, Gianni.
Oh, it's
So
Edit this
fine.
out.
no steals on this one because otherwise
Yeah.
I think you'll get too far ahead. Your one is the Arthur Waite stand. Where am I?
Palace.
Crystal Palace. Straight in, no
He used to work
hesitation
for
here.
Crystal Palace.
That is true, he did, didn't he? Okay, your one.
Right,
And you've
come on,
all
Ed, don't
a
embarrass
clue.
yourself.
A clue, Ed. You've already mentioned this club tonight. The Rookery Stand. And this is the home end at a Premier League club, the Rookery Stand.
I've already mentioned this club. Is it Watford?
It is Watford. Making a game of it at last.
Yeah, because he mentioned the B for the mascot. Oh, so easy, Ed.
I had to give him a clue, sorry. Okay, your last one.
I don't need
Gianni.
clues. I do need clues.
Where
actually.
am
do
I?
need-
I'm in the Bob Lord stand. Where am I?
Bob Lord. Oh, I don't
Bob
know
Lord.
that. But
Okay.
if I don't know it, it's a small club.
Ooh. Already
and-
insulting them.
Yeah, and I'm thinking it's probably a club without a huge amount of money, because otherwise sponsorship names or just good clubs, big clubs, expensive clubs. I'm going to say Burnley.
Bloody hell, his use of logic is admirable. It is Burnley. Their famous chairman, Bob Lord.
Ah.
I don't know how you're 3-2 up in these quizzes when you're up against this all the time.
Because
Because
I
they
ask
usually-
actually, I'm good at football questions, not like what
This is
architecturally.
football.
This is football.
This is football. This is
No.
the lighter side of football. This is
This
what
is
you said it was.
perfect.
This is what
Hey,
you
let's
wanted.
just see. I've still got a chance. Come on.
You
You
have.
know what, Mark?
You have.
My wife's quiz was similar, but the quizzes before.
Here he
and I've
goes. He
loved
loves
them,
this. Every
have
time
been
he goes
like,
ahead, he
what-
goes a little spiel about why he's winning.
They've been like, who got the most points last game week?
Yeah, you don't want those.
It's-
You don't want
you know, my short-term memory is shocking. So yeah,
Okay, you're still in for a chance, right? This one is songs, football songs.
Yeah, I'm
okay,
glad we've left the round of the stands, but I'm not sure I'm going to be much better at the
football
song.
songs, and you're gonna have to get nostalgic here. You're gonna have to go back to the 90s, right? So these are classic FA Cup songs, one each.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you the easier one first, Ed. So this one's to you first of all.
Well, hang on.
Okay.
If you keep saying that, Mark, then if I win, Gianni's going to blame the fact that you kept giving me the easy one. This is the issue.
Okay,
I
the way
have.
it's going to work,
Yeah.
there's a chance to win 2 points if you can name it just on the title of the song.
Okay.
If you can't name it on the title of the song, I can give you a lyric for 1 point.
Got you.
And then if you can't name it on that, it goes over for a steal.
All right. Yeah. Give it.
So
come,
your
come.
one
I'm ready.
is-
I'm ready.
Your one is, and it's an FA Cup final song. They used to do these before the FA Cup final. Which team for their FA Cup final song and the song was called Hot Stuff, and it really was hot stuff, as in the song Hot Stuff. Shall I give you the year?
I'm just going to go. Yes. Give me the year.
Well, I won't give you the year, but it was in the 1990s. It was the 1990s FA Cup final. And
Liverpool.
No. It was. Okay, well, I'll give you the clue now, the lyric for 1 point, okay?
Okay.
You've lost to 2 points. The lyric is, keep telling us we're boring, we'll just keep on scoring.
Got it.
Wimbledon.
No, he's blown it. Gianni's got it now for a point. The steal is,
I'm gonna guess it's George Graham's Arsenal.
it is Arsenal.
1-0 to the Arsenal.
Yeah, you should have got it from the lyric, Ed. I thought you'd have got that. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I thought because Wimbledon was at 1989 though.
I think it was, wasn't it? Best and
Yeah. I
safe.
think it was 1989. Besant's
Yeah,
penalty
it was
save.
not. That was 1998, so that's not that long ago. 1998, Arsenal got to find they used Hot Stuff as their song. Okay, your FA Cup final song, just on the title, Gianni. The title of the song was "Move, Move, Move" for 2 points, and this was another 90s Cup final song. Move, move, move. You can guess, and then I'll give you the lyric if you're wrong.
So I can have one guess and then have
Yep.
another guess on the
Yeah.
lyric.
Yeah.
So I'll go United.
He's got it. He's got it in for
Oh.
2 points.
You could just say United in the
Unbelievable.
90s and you'll probably get it.
No,
The
there were
lyric,
loads.
The lyric was, "No one can move like the Red Tribe do." 1996 Man United Cup final song. Unbelievable. Right, okay, it's not all over yet. It's not all over yet. Right, another question in this round, and this is going to go the World in Motion video with New Order, right?
Yeah.
The footballers in it. We all know John Barnes is in it. He done the John Barnes rap, right? I want you to name the other footballers who were in the video with New Order, okay? Actually in the video, not footage, but in the video with them, right? So they're in the background shots and so on, right? When John Barnes was playing it, right? So I will come to you. The first two are worth a point each. The last two are worth 2 points each. I'll come to you first, Ed. Okay. So you're for the first one of 4 players in this video, other than John Barnes.
I name one now. Yeah,
you can name one. Yeah.
Okay. Peter Beardsley.
Correct. Gianni.
The first name I wrote down was Beardsley.
That's one to Ed.
I feel like that's the only one I actually knew for a fact.
You can guess, but then obviously it goes to a steal.
I'm going to say Shilton, the goal. I think Shilton was in it.
No. Right, Ed, do you want to have another guess for a steal? No.
Waddle?
No.
Good guess. I'd have gone Waddle.
Going back to Gianni, we're going to narrow this down as they go for the entire squad from 1990. This is still worth a point.
I mean, Lineker.
No.
No.
Platt.
No.
Was Adams around there?
You've missed an obvious player. I can't believe it.
Yeah, I know. I'm about to say it. Don't tell him. Shh.
Okay.
Okay, an obvious player. Who was
Beardsley was quite obvious, but this one's obvious as well.
Who was England's captain in the 90s? In
the 1990 World Cup.
Italian 90.
Captain, I think.
Well, Italian 90, Gaza.
Yes. There are 2 left, right? And if you get these 2, they're worth 2 points each.
I'm pretty sure that one of them he's a defender and he's maybe got like ginger hair, but I can't remember his name, but maybe I'm completely wrong. Okay.
Okay, one of them, I'll give you clues now to the last 2. One's a midfielder.
Yeah.
And one's a defender. And it's Ed's pick still.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I was born 6 months before this, so but
yeah, but it's a famous video.
It is, yeah, true. So we've had John Barnes is in it, Beardsley's in it, Gaz is in it, and
they're milling about in the background while John's doing his rap.
You said Tony Adams, it wasn't him.
No, I'll give you one more guess, and then we'll call it quits, I think, and then Gianni can have a guess.
Butcher.
No.
I thought you were going to say it there. Brian Robson.
No.
Oh.
That's it. Okay, I'm going to name them. You only got a point each in that. It was Steve McMahon.
Oh, of course it was.
And Des Walker was the defender. Des Walker.
Unexpected.
I know, unexpected, but they were the 4 players in it, as well as John Barnes, Gascoigne,
They're the
Beardsley,
ones who were free that day, aren't
McMahon and Walker. They were the ones that were free that day. Okay, the scores are now, wow, he's thrashing you. 2, 4, 6, 8, 11, 12 versus 5 it is at the moment. Because you got 3 in that round.
Me and Gianni, you guys don't know, but me and Gianni chatted a couple of weeks ago, and I said, look, I'll let you win a couple just to get back in, so people keep watching. So that's what's going on.
That's fair enough. There are 2 rounds left.
Okay, I've got a chance.
This next round is biographies, and there's a film and TV round after that. Okay.
Okay. Right.
Okay. So you could steal these. You could steal all these.
I think I'm going to win.
Chin up. Okay. This is biographies. I'm going to name the biography, and you have to tell me the player or the manager.
Amazing.
Actually, they're all players. They're all former Premier League players.
I'll just say, at 12-5 down, I'm actually doing one worse than the Ryder Cup team at 11-5 down, which is pretty bad.
Yeah, it is pretty bad. Okay, to you, Ed, first of all. I think you'll get this one.
So these are all stealable.
Don't say that, Mark.
They're all stealable.
Mark, please stop saying
that.
I think you're going to get it, because it's embarrassing when I don't.
I can't believe the whole
okay. From Nowhere is the biography of what current Premier League player? From Nowhere. Think about it.
From nowhere. Okay, think about it. Right, so they were born nowhere. Okay. They were born in space. There's many players in the Premier League who were born in space. From nowhere. Somebody came out. N'Golo Kante.
No, not correct. Gianni?
Mark, are these autobiogs or biogs?
I think they're written by the player themselves.
Okay, yeah. Well, it's going to be someone from very humble beginnings. So Kante's a cracking guess.
Yeah, that's why I went for that. That's all
Kante's not arrogant enough to have a biog when he's still playing. Like biography or autobiog should not be a thing until the player's
Gianni's logic again. It's incredible. Yeah.
So we're going to go humble beginnings, current player.
Also, Gianni, just as
I tell you, he's got an ego. Aubameyang.
No, it's Jamie Vardy. I thought you'd get that.
From non-league.
Non-league. Okay. Next one to Gianni. This is a former Premier League player.
Okay.
No Nonsense was the autobiography of who?
I feel like I've read that.
No Nonsense. I think Ed's got this.
I've read so many.
I've got a good guess, I think.
The only thing I read, other than FPL Diary, is
yeah, exactly.
Is that still available, Johnny? FPL Diary?
Yeah. It's available at no good bookshops.
What was it? The title again?
No Nonsense.
I'm being distracted. I'm watching Arsenal Spurs in my screen.
I'm doing the same.
No Nonsense. Okay, I don't want to give too much of my logic because then when Ed steals it, he's stolen that logic but actually got the answer. A retired player, no nonsense. Jamie Carragher. It's Carragher.
It is not Carragher.
Oh.
Ed, can you steal to get yourself some glimmer of hope?
Well, being a Newcastle fan, I think it's an ex-Newcastle player, and I think it's Joey Barton.
It is. He's in. He's in with Joey Barton.
Anything when it's a Newcastle player, I've got a chance.
Okay, next one.
I got the Scouse thing.
2 more to go. You did. This is another former player. Fast forward.
Is this Ed or me?
This is Ed.
Ed.
Fast forward.
I mean, the
Former
first person
player.
that comes to my head. This is not my answer. I'm just speaking out loud. First person that comes to my head is Michael Owen. Fast forward, right? But I'm pretty sure I would remember that if it was Michael Owens because he used to play for Newcastle. Although he was awful for us and whatever. Fast forward. Who else would it be? It would be someone who's finished playing, probably. Someone who's Michael Owen.
Did you say you'd get it if it was a Newcastle player?
Oh, shut up. No. Yeah, I did, but is it?
Hang on, I can steal this.
Oh, yeah, sorry, Gianni can steal this, didn't he?
But he's got a clue now.
Yeah, I've got you've given him a massive clue now.
I deserve a few clues though, right?
Go on, then, who do you want to go for?
Be.
I don't know. I mean, there aren't many former Newcastle players that would be worthy of an autobiography in terms of sales. No point writing the book unless it's going to sell, right? But I'm thinking, who's been in the public eye a lot since they left Newcastle? Ginolet's not him. Kieran Dyer was rapid, absolutely rapid. So I'm going to go Kieran Dyer. And he went on a celebrity.
You know who it is now, though, don't you, Ed?
Yeah, well, is it Ober Martins?
No, it's Andy Cole. Andy Cole.
He wasn't known for his pace, particularly.
He was very far. Okay, last one, and this is to Gianni, another former player. I love this one. I love the title. Stillness and Speed. Stillness and Speed.
Steel. So what is
No, stillness. Stillness as in S-T-I-L-L.
Oh,
Still.
okay.
Stillness.
I was thinking of any Sheffield United players. Stillness and Speed. Stillness is such a weird one. I'm guessing his name must be like, that's alliteration, S and S, so I'm guessing his name was S as well. No. Stillness and Speed.
Kind of sums him up quite well.
Gary Speed.
No.
And I say, I have this book.
Oh.
And it's Dennis Bergkamp.
It is. Ed's back in it. He's back in it. Very, very good. Yeah. Very good. So the scores are now, I make it 8-11, 12-7 now.
To be fair, that's literally just because I've got the book. I don't have any football biographies apart from 2. I've got Alex Ferguson's book and I've got Dennis Bergkamp's book. Okay,
final round, and you can't. I could make these worth more points, but you can't catch. No, you can't catch. So you can only make it. You can only make it respectable by stealing all of these. I'm going to go to Ed first. This is all about film and TV, football in film and TV. First question, Ed, and it's stealable. Ed, what is the name of the football club managed by Ted Lasso? You aware of Ted Lasso?
I've watched all of season 1.
Oh wow! Well, then you should get it.
Oh no! They play. The ground is Crystal Palace and everything. What's the club called? It's filmed at Crystal Palace, isn't it? Ted Lasso. I've seen all of season 1 and I have 3 episodes of season 2.
Oh my god! You've seen more than I have then.
But it was like when it first came out, so it was that. Although season 2 was only, I watched an episode the other day. What are they called?
Ben, when you're thinking, Ben White clean sheet is gone as we're watching this. Gutted.
I'm not going to remember.
Okay, over to Gianni. Can you steal Ted Lasso's team?
I've never seen Ted Lasso. I don't know.
This is going to torture Ed. AFC Richmond, Ed. AFC Richmond.
AFC Richmond.
Okay.
Season 1 was very good at that. Season 2 has not been great so far.
That's what I've heard as well, yeah. Okay, we're talking classic football films, Gianni. Escape to Victory. What is the final score between the German team and the Allies?
He's not
going to know. The final whistle.
I'm terrible with films. I don't even know if I've seen that.
It's a classic. You haven't seen Escape to Victory. I think we stopped the stream there.
Yeah.
And Gianni, you go and see Escape to Victory because it is the finest football film ever made.
Well, what are we going? So Germany beat England, did they? Was that?
No, it's Germany versus the Allied prisoner of war. So basically, do you want me to go for the entire film? I'll just sum it up. But basically, the Allies get a prisoner of war team together to play the German national team.
Yeah.
And they play at Munich Stadium. And at the end of the game, everyone invades the pitch. What is the score at that point?
Okay, so that's not the final whistle score. That's the game.
But it kind of is. It kind of is. There is an event at the end of the game which brings about. It's the final kick of the game.
Yeah.
And then everyone goes crazy and goes on the pitch, and then all the players escape in the crowd, and it's automatic.
It's the one where Pele is acting in it.
I have seen clips from Escape to Victory.
Fantastic film. Right? So what's the score?
I grew up on this film.
There's got to be goals. It's got to be a tight game. He probably went a goal down and then got the equaliser and then went up. So 3-2 or 4-3, 3-2.
Oh, Ed, do you want to steal? Do you want to steal then for a point?
I will steal and say 4-4.
Absolutely correct, Ed. Absolutely correct. He's coming back 12-8 now. If only there were more questions. And I think you're going to,
because I grew up on that film when I was younger, and also Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. So if there's any Chitty Chitty Bang Bang questions,
no, sadly not.
Okay.
No, was there any football in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang? There was a scary child catcher, wasn't there?
There was a scary child catcher who looked a little bit like Emery from Arsenal, the old Arsenal manager.
He did.
Other than that, no football.
I think you're going to get this one. There's 2 questions left, but go on, Gianni. Sorry.
I grew up on Big and Dirty Dancing.
Big as well, yeah. Not Dirty Dancing. My family wouldn't allow that, of course.
Not a lot of football in that.
But Big, yeah.
Your family wouldn't allow it. Okay, this one to you, Ed. I think you should get this. In the 2005 film Goal,
yes.
Which Premier League side does Mexican striker Santiago Munez get a trial with?
Get a trial with?
He gets a trial.
Signing with the team that he goes
to. He gets. Yeah, well, this is the team he made it big with in the film. Right, so he comes over, having got a trial with this Premier League team in the story of the film.
Newcastle United.
Absolutely correct, Newcastle United.
And here's a little story for you. I had a season ticket that season where they were filming that film, and it was big news amongst Newcastle fans. Like, there's this movie being made about Newcastle. What? Yeah. Little do we know, it was the first in a trilogy, and we were just like the stepping stone to Real Madrid and then the World Cup.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
But I turned up at a game, loads of Newcastle fans, and I was late, and it was Newcastle. I think it was Liverpool, and it was our last game of the season, and we needed to get a point or something to get in the Champions League. And Laurent Robert scores a free kick in the last minute with his left foot against Liverpool, right? And we get the draw and we get into the Champions League. And I think, I might be wrong here, please comment below, but my memory is that Laurent Robert is obviously left-footed. He was left-footed. He had a wand of a left foot. As Gianni says, sometimes you only have a wand of a left foot, not a wand of a right foot. But wand of a left foot, and he got in top corner. But in the film, Santiago Munez is right-footed the whole way through. And then they superimpose him to be Laurent Robert. They take this.
Really, they use that scene, do they?
And then, they use the scene, and then he scores with his left foot. But and
there you go.
Yep.
Amazing. Didn't know that. It's 12-9. Ooh. So you could steal this and make it 12-10, and points matter, right, in your league table, right?
Yes, so, because on the actual league table we put all the points as well.
Yeah. Okay. So last question. This is to Gianni, and again it's linked to TV. Which football league club named TV celebrity Mark Wright on their bench in an FA Cup tie with Leeds last season?
Crawley.
Yeah, correct.
Of course he knows that. He probably DM'd him. Hi, mate.
Yeah, he probably follows him on Instagram, doesn't he? Yeah, like doing product placements together and that kind of thing for hair, that stuff. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So basically, 13-8, a demolishment. Really, I think I'll call that.
Yeah.
And you were generous with some of the clues and questions to poor Ed.
Look, the stand. Look, knowing what stands Premier League teams have, the only fond memory I have.
The mascots killed you as well, didn't they?
Yeah, the only like Premier League grounds or football grounds that I remember are those on Championship Manager 97-98, where I used to say it at the bottom what the Shrewsbury's ground was the gay meadow. I always remember, and there was other ones that were quite funny. But that's all I remember. Other than that, like stand names, no clue.
Well, I mean, let me know what your strengths are, Ed, and I'll try and angle the quiz towards that next time.
The life and times of Alan Shearer,
if that's possible.
Mark,
but
I do think your quiz standard has been so high that it feels a shame for you not to do the quiz at Fest. Like maybe we do some sort of collab or something, but this quiz for me was better than my quiz at Fest.
No, your quiz at Fest was brilliant. I loved it. I'll certainly help with the quiz, though. Definitely.
Okay.
So I do enjoy putting them together. So,
yeah, we'll have it. Maybe we'll get like have a Mark Sutherns round, and maybe one or two others can maybe contribute around. Or
yeah, maybe an Ed Gray round. No, am I not here? Hello, everyone. Yeah.
Well, I thought you might want to play, Ed. I just didn't want to take
it. Yeah, don't want to ruin it for you. You want to socialise with the people on the floor, won't you?
This quiz is hotting up though. 3-3 now. Wow.
3-3. Yeah.
3-3.
Yeah. There you go. It's a thriller. What's the score in points now?
I must be ahead.
We'll put it on the screen now.
On the scoreboard.
Yeah.
Did you get the points from last week, Ed? Because if you want them, I can happily go get them from my wife that will just make them up.
Yeah, I think I can just. I'll work
Was
it
it chaotic, that quiz last week? It sounds like it was a bit disordered.
Well, I'll tell you what, the thing that I still haven't checked last week was...
Yeah, it was weird, that.
Yeah, who got the most Premier League... Who's played the most Premier League minutes, Mark, ever?
Minutes, minutes, not games.
Yeah, not games, minutes.
Gary Speed?
That was my answer. So that means you and me know the same amount.
I said Ryan Giggs.
But no, we said Ryan Giggs, right? Because we thought, okay, Ryan Giggs. But Ryan Giggs on the Premier League website for Premier League minutes is lower than like Gareth Bale, and so that's not right. It can't be right. He says he's got 12,000 minutes, and Gary Cahill was the answer with like 35,000 minutes.
Gary Cahill. It was bound to be someone unfashionable, wasn't it?
Yeah. But still, there must be something wrong with the Premier League website there, because no way Ryan Giggs has only got 12,000 minutes and Gary Cahill's got 35,000.
Well, maybe they got hacked and it got changed, which is quite a topical thing this week.
Gosh, that is, isn't it? Yeah.
I changed my password today. But on that note, what a brilliant hour we've had. And we'll be back doing these every week. If you want to just listen to the quiz, feel free to skip the first 20 minutes if that's your thing. But yeah, we're going to be doing quizzes every week with a special guest every week. We will, of course, be promoting Fest very heavily on our website as well. And on Twitter. So do follow all of us on Twitter and follow the Fest page on Twitter as well. Mark, any final goodbye and closure notes from you?
No, just that I really enjoyed that, and I just can't. I mean, I'm so pleased we've got a second event, and I'm looking forward to that in January. It'll be a nice boost after Christmas, something to look forward to after Christmas, because it's always hectic with the fixtures then, and so much changes. And I think in that break in January, we'll have a lot to think about FPL wise, and then we can all get together and chat about it. It'd be so much fun. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, just to say as well, next week is Sam Martin. If you know him from Twitter, a Leicester fan. He's going to be on, and he's going to be our guest. So looking forward to that.
Let's see if you can go 4-3 up, Gianni. Now you're level. Yeah.
Sam, if you're watching this, Alan Shearer, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, a few other things, just DM me and I'll tell you what to do.
There's going to be a round on Leicester, isn't there, Ed? We better brush up on our...
You ought to do that. Yeah, you ought to do that.
Jose Perez, ex-Newcastle. Yeah.
One question I'm going to be asking Sam is about some of his inside info, which
ITK, isn't he?
Yeah, he's definitely an ITK. I mean, even again this week, every week. And again, he was ITK for, I'm sure, England teams in the summer, like in the Euros. We were getting 11 leaks from Sam. So guys, do tune in next week. Thank you very much for watching, for listening. Like, subscribe, all that jazz, review, and we'll see you very soon. Cheers, guys.